Okay, we're gonna start our interview.
Okay.
It's on now. Anyway, I'm here with my old friend. I've known him since the 70s when we were a lot younger, and now we're in our older. So we're gonna start now. Anyway, can you give us your name?
Okay, name is Roy Nudo.
Okay, and how old are you, Roy, if you don't mind?
I am now young 64 years old.
There you go. Where were you born?
I was born in Cebu City, Philippines.
Okay, can you talk about your childhood and anything that you remember?
Sure. Born in Cebu and traveled all over. Then my mom was traveling a lot, so I went with her to Cebu, to Manila, to Mindanao. So I went actually to different schools almost every year when I was there. And at age 13, I went abroad to the U.S. My mom got remarried here in the U.S. and I ended up going to school in a rural town in Snoqualmie, about half hour from Seattle. And then I was like the only actually Filipino minority in that school. So it was a pretty big challenge, a culture shock, but it actually helped me, let's say, assimilate into the American culture. It Americanized me really fast and adapt to the costume here. So it really helped me, and I think I actually owe that to where I am today, being assertive. And I was also one of the highlights during that year was I played in the state championship basketball team for the high school, and that was kind of didn't know that was a big feat then, but looking back, that's a pretty good accomplishment from my part. So yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were in the States. Why did your mom decide to move here in the U.S.?
She actually she got remarried, so she left about when I was 8 or 9, and then I followed her 4 years later. So during that time, like I said, I stayed with my uncle and aunt in Lianga, Surigao del Sur. So I went to school there for a few years before I went up abroad to the U.S.
Okay, the last name Nudo, that's from your...
That's my stepfather.
Yeah. So he actually adopted you then?
He did, yeah. I was under 18, so that became like an automatic adoption and when I came here. So that's why I kind of picked up his last name. Yeah.
Okay, so after graduation from high school, what did you do next?
Graduation, went to University of Washington and tried to pursue aeronautical engineers, and went to 4 years, and actually then dropped out for a little bit and ended up getting married young.
Okay.
And then he got into the engineering industry, started drafting, and then went to testing and balancing, then to technical design, and then to where I am now, and became more into the full-time business development of my firm.
So you were very much interested in engineering then? Is that how you...
Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. And first it was more in the aeronautical, like the Boeing Airlines, but it came, and then it kind of just adapted into the engineering, into more the building structures, like where we're involved right now. It's consulting, where it's where we would design the air conditioning, the plumbing, and the electrical, the power, and all that stuff.
Okay, so before you worked at... Because I know you work for Sazan now. What was your first break? Where did you first work in engineering?
Yeah, I first worked actually when going to UW. Actually, my very first exposure to that was we knew another Filipino engineer at work at University of Washington physical plant, and they needed help looking at blueprints and sending it to microfilm. So that, and then also helping printing. There was before today's CAD and Rivet and computerized. It was all manual linen drawings and all that, so it was like printing those for the blueprint and microfilm. And then that led to a project after I dropped out from college, and led to a job at one of the big consulting firms in Seattle. And so that's what I did, basically go through all the drawings, hundreds of drawings, and sending it to microfilm. And then from there I became full-time and ended up doing a little bit of testing and balancing of troubleshoot system, HVAC, air conditioning systems, and then got to some manual drafting, and then it led to design, system design, and then from there on got experience in that, and then stayed for about 9 years and moved to another consulting firm for 16 years, and basically did some project management and more technical mechanical design. Did a lot of work with one of the big clients was the Boeing company, and then from there went to a Filipino-owned consulting firm for 3 years, which is Verona Engineers. And then from there we're transferred to Sazan for the last 13. We're developed from become a project manager to principal in charge on drawings, and then the last 6 years became the VP and principal of business development.
Okay.
A lot of marketing, business development, chasing work, and being the client advocate for the company.
Wow. Very good accomplishment, man.
Knock on wood, got lucky, you know. So.
Okay, so do you want to give some advice to the young engineers out there, or?
Yeah, that's a good question actually. In fact, last year I was featured on LinkedIn from my company, and that was the same question: what is my message to the young ones in today's world? And I said, just be yourself, learn more, and you know, in our culture, the Philippines, I think, like as I said before, what helped me a lot to assimilate fast when I came here as being minority, and just an all-white environment, that you either have to be assertive or you sit in the back. We are so used in the Philippines that we don't do anything until we're told to by our superior, right?
Right.
You know, so here I figured that, hey, you know, do what the Romans say, you know, you gotta live like them, so you can't be passive, you gotta be assertive, so don't back off, be assertive, ask questions, and just be yourself, you know. And for my success, or I call it, like everybody think, is that I just have to be your own, be a good listener, you know, and just don't come out as a car salesman, if I may say, but just be true, a good listener, and that's how you engage yourself, and they can create rapport and relationship. Really, in any industry, like for us, anybody can do technical design, everybody's good at it, but what they remember is the building relationship, the rapport that you create. So it's all the dynamics, and that's the key.
Okay, well, I thought we're gonna reach 30 minutes, but we're not even 10 minutes yet.
Yeah.
So let's prolong it a little bit longer.
Ask away, Mario.
Okay.
Do whatever you want.
How did you get involved with Sazan? How did they know about you, or did you know somebody from there?
Actually, that's a very interesting story. The owner of Sazan is actually one of my competitors. When I was at the other firm, we always see each other at the Boeing company, because that was one of our big clients, and we're always be respectful to each other. But then I go, God, you think about it, he's a competitor, I really don't like him, but you have to smile, right? Yeah. Not knowing that in the end we're gonna end up working together. So it's one of those things that you never know. And now,
did he feel the same way too?
I'm sure he probably, you know, but now he's one of the best boss I ever have to work for. You know, I mean, just leaves me, you know, he doesn't what do you call it? It's the right word, but he's not controlling. He just let me be. He doesn't micromanage. That's the word I was trying to say. Wow. So he let me be. Just gives me all the freedom going. You know, says he always just says best of luck. You know, so yeah.
Okay.
So I got a really good deal. I think I'm very thankful and blessed with my job, because it just lets me be a free reign, and you know what I see and I go do. If I want to sign up for conferences, go out of town, he says more power to you. So yeah.
Sounds good. Good job. But ever since I met you, which was in the 70s, that's how long we know each other.
I know. The disco years in our bell-bottom pants.
My question to you is, you've always been known to be a good basketball player. So how did you, where did you start playing basketball? Is it at school?
Yeah, actually, so, I mean, as you know, basketball is big in the Philippines. So it was all the start, right, when we were still kids in the Philippines. And in fact, you're playing on a makeshift basketball. It's not like here where you got nice basket. Over there, you make it up on a tree, on the ground, and you're playing your slippers, you know. So when you got here, a good story was, I think, as you know, there's no 7th and 8th grade in the Philippines, so I left a second year. So when I came on board, I was 8th grade. I tried out for the basketball team, and I don't know if I just made it because I was a minority and they were feeling sorry for me. So I was basically maybe the 15th guy that made it. So the only time I played was when the first two stringers going at halftime. The garbage guys like us played the halftime with the other third string team.
Yeah, but you practice with them and do everything
Yeah,
with
so
them.
that helped me. And in that year, the summer, I went to a basketball camp. Lenny Wilkins, John Trisbent, Lenny Wilkins, a very famous here coach and player. And that helped me go to summer camp. And in my freshman year, I started to evolve, getting better. I started, and then you just work through the process. And I was more of a point guard through all high school. I didn't really become the shooter that I'm known to be in the after high school, college, when I play all the Filipino Asian leagues, and I got the reputation of a kind of a long range, the shooter type thing. So that's where I evolved from being the point guard to more of a shooting guard. So I played, and I mean, actually playing up to this day, still playing old man's league. I play at the Washington Athletic Club, and it's all this big white guys still trying to throw elbows, you know, but it's not slower pace. Yeah,
that's the next question I was going to ask you. You still play ball?
I still play, but I don't drive to the hoop anymore. I just shoot.
Yeah. And now you're a golfer now.
More golf. I enjoy it. It's part of my. Luckily, like I said, I'm very blessed with my work. A lot of my work and networking in my industry is a lot of golf tournaments, a lot of taking clients out golfing, and a lot of vendors taking me out to golf. So it's kind of a really good thing. I'm kind of in between, if I can take clients out golfing, and I also have vendors taking me to really nice trips. I'm blessed to be able to have played some of the nicer ones like Pebble Beach and Whistling Straits and all that. And in fact, one of my yearly things to do is I go to the Philippines back home every year now for the last 12 years to a golf trip with buddies. And so I got a good friend there who's a doctor and member of a private course, and he basically hosts us to play all the nice courses like Anbaya Cove and Pradera and all that nice courses in the Philippines. So we always look forward to it. Yeah, so it's a kind of people say kind of an addiction, but it's a good addiction. It's also a good exercise.
Exactly. Do you play with the pros over there when you go play there, like a Filipino pros?
No, we didn't, but we actually got lucky. We played in a tournament over Pineda up in Pampanga, just a big fundraising, and we were able to see one of the famous actors. Oh gosh, what kind of Derek Ramsey was there, a big golfer, so we were able to take pictures of it. You know, and we've also been we played one of the top courses in the Philippines, Santa Elena, where we played with some ex-retired generals. Kind of funny. Never played in a golf where I had a bodyguard with me with a shotgun near to him. I go, what am I doing? But that's because we were retired generals. It was kind of a pretty good experience to go.
Wow. Okay. Well, do you want to say anything else, or
no? But no, it's good to see you. Like I said, you know, we've been friends. We've been property owner partnership here all through the years, and you're the one actually that started me with golf. So and then we used to play like basketball. So
and don't forget, I introduced you to your
you introduced me to Christy. So I owe you a lot, Mario. So but you know, it's good. You know. Good to see you. Yeah.
Well, Roy, thank you very much for your
welcome.
time, and also thank you for dinner, man.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Okay, we're done.